Hey everybody, Scherer here, fee-only financial planner and founder of Realize Your Retirement. Today we're going to go over TSP Lifecycle Funds and an example of why they aren't that great. Lifecycle funds started cropping up in the early 2000s as a cheaper way to invest with professional advice. The idea is pretty attractive. Invest your money with a lifecycle fund targeted to your date of retirement, and you never have to worry about managing your investment. While the idea is great in theory, it falls short in practice. You see, investment management should be based on a number of things, like your ability to deal with volatility in your portfolio, your income and growth needs, the value of your assets outside of your retirement account, the allocation of your other investment accounts, tax minimization, and your time horizon, which is the amount of time over which you can invest. Instead, life cycle funds only focus on one aspect of your investment management, which is your time horizon. As we discussed a moment ago, your time horizon is only one piece of the investment management puzzle. Fund administrators need to cater to all members of the fund, and that's the problem. The average investor is fairly risk averse, so the fund administrators have to be really conservative with the portfolio allocation. The TSP.gov website allows us to view the investment strategy of the lifecycle funds over the lifetime of the fund. I've recorded the changes in the asset allocation over time for this video. Here we see the change in the 2020 lifecycle fund between its inception in August 2005 and 2020, where the fund's management ends. The portfolio shifts from a fairly conservative allocation in 2005 to a very conservative portfolio in 2012 and an ultra-conservative portfolio in 2020. As you can see, by retirement, the fund's assets will be 74% invested in the G fund, which is government securities. Here's the problem with overly conservative portfolios. With the medical advances of recent years, most people should plan to have a 30-year retirement. The G fund returned 2.45% in 2011. And inflation was 3% in 2011. Money invested in the G fund lost 0.55% of its purchasing power. Over the long term, low returns from government securities will either shorten the life of your portfolio or drastically reduce the amount you can withdraw each year. To maintain purchasing power over the long term, it's wise to have a much more exposure to equities. But what if things are different when I retire? Well, our economy doesn't look like it will change much in the near future. Interest rates are currently at record lows, and the Federal Reserve is prepared to keep rates low for the next several years. Low interest rates and stimulus money from the Federal Reserve will most likely keep inflation around 3% or higher. An asset allocation that is 74% government securities will most likely not even support a conservative income from your portfolio. Now, life cycle funds are presented as a smart and cheap way to manage your money, but as we talked about in this video, this lofty goal tends to fall short in reality. The ultra-conservative allocation that these funds will ultimately reach will hamper the survival of your portfolio throughout retirement. I would encourage you to speak with an investment professional, research your own optimal asset allocation, or view my upcoming free video course on smart investment management. More details will be posted about the course in the coming week. I hope today's provided you with a lot of value, and I'll see you next time.